Hey, and welcome back. What did your kids think of the storybook? Even before running this challenge, we've had many parents tell us that their child not only grabbed one new food to feed their gut friends, but they went and grabbed one new food to feed each of their new gut friends. Lacey, Biffy, Streppy, and Sia. We've seen pictures of kids running into the kitchen to grab their new foods, and we've had parents tell us that 12 months after first reading the book, their child is still running to grab the Lacey book and reading all about it, and even pulling up their parents on what's on their plate or what's not on their plate. Seeing how it's impacting these awesome kids is so motivating for Jordan and I to get the message out to more and more kids. And then to see how it's impacted our own family really helps us see that educating our kids on the gut drives behaviour change. Our youngest, Rose, who's 8, who you might have seen last night do the live reading of the book, she still loves to grab the book and kick back on the couch and give it a read and ask about which foods feed which friends, and it's very real to her. And in fact, we had a really cool story to share with, actually she has quite a few stories, but I'll share one with you. One day we were driving past the Golden Arches and she asked for drive-through. And at that point I had a choice. I could either say flat out no, like I used to just say no and then deal with her reaction, or I could bring in the help of her gut friends. Instead of saying no, I simply told her that the food there won't help her gut friends at all, but it would help her gut bullies, which is a concept we go into in book 2. And that's all it took. Her response was, oh, okay, well, let's find something different that will feed my gut friends. That is power right there. Instead of fighting the cravings and demands of our kids, we're simply reminding them of what they already know, and then they are making the decisions. It's not only been redirecting her away from damaging foods, but it's also been drawing her in toward all the nourishing options. So at the dinner table, sometimes if there's a meal that she doesn't like, it's not her preference, in the past she might have just said no and then pushed it to the side. But now we just remind her of which foods in the dinner are feeding her gut friends, and she is so much happier to eat it. It has brought a shared language into our home that we both understand, a shared motivation and desire. We are on her team helping her friends and her gut thrive. She gets it. And as parents, it has alleviated so much tension and really burden, because we are responsible to help our kids thrive, but it's now like we've given her the reins and she's the one driving. Can you imagine how exciting that is as a parent, how freeing that is? There are no magic pills, but this is so much more than a storybook. It can be a real solution.
Now, education is key to sustained behaviour change, and with food it's no different. The aim is to help kids to understand what food does what for their bodies, but in a fun and engaging way. So how do we keep kids engaged beyond a book series though? Surely there's a point at which kids' enthusiasm for books wane, and that's true. Well, to help kids today, there are world-class childhood teaching methods that include things like interactive learning, technology integration, differentiated instruction, feedback and assessment, and real-world connections. Some examples of how those methods are applied are in things like animations, which utilise technology integration and differentiated instruction, on and offline activities, technology integration, interactive learning, differentiated instruction, and feedback and assessment, and recipes and food challenges, which help incorporate real-world connections. Also, there's actually a lot of power in iterative learning. So digesting a small amount of information incrementally over a long period of time, as opposed to cramming in a whole bunch of information over a short period of time, is much more valuable. Just ask any teacher. Now, this is a lot to ask, we know, of any parent on top of what's already going on in the home. You know, ideally we'd have all the time in the world to spend with our kids doing what we believe is most important with them, but we just don't. the modern lifestyle doesn't really allow for it. So we've put together a whole bunch of resources to do the heavy lifting for you. Now these resources have been designed to be fun and engaging. They're designed to deepen and solidify the learning from the book series and also take them a little bit further in their understanding of gut health. So these resources are designed to help the kids engage in the content, to solidify what they learn in the book series and also go a bit deeper in the understanding of gut health. Now let's have a look at some of these resources. So here's some examples of some of these activities that we use to help broaden and deepen the knowledge and help solidify what the kids have learned in the book series. So each week typically you'll get an animation between 60 to 120 seconds that covers one aspect of what they were taught in the books. Then they'll have an opportunity to engage with some different varieties of activities that will allow the kids to reinforce the learning from the book series. So this is a matchmaker. They line up the foods with the gut friend and then they match up the gut friend with the superpower. We have activities like Line Up Lacey, which is a slide puzzle. Here you pop in your name and then you can get started. There's some instructions that show you. Then you simply move these puzzle pieces around until you make the puzzle. And that's the solution there for reference. Now, as you can notice here, there's a couple of different levels, an easy level and a more challenging level. The more challenging level allows you to race against the clock or try and beat your best time, which is another level of engagement. Here's our Smarty Pantsia's Big Brain crossword puzzle, which obviously utilizes information from the book series. And there's also a few printable activities for those who want to download, print them out, and use a different format of engaging in some learning. And there's also going to be recipes here, a couple of recipes based on whatever gut friend we're focusing on that week, and they'll invite the kids to try some very simple recipes with you guys as parents so that they can learn to incorporate some of these favorite foods to help their gut friends. So that's an example. There's a whole bunch of these. We'll be making literally hundreds of these different activities over the lifetime of the My Gut Friends Kids Club, and the animations will get better, the activities will get better as we build momentum with our My Gut Friends Kids Club membership. So jump on the latest email, guys. You'll find a link to where these resources are housed. Have your kids click through, play around, see what they think, engaging with the content. Now, for the challenge, we want you guys to take a pic of your kids playing around with these resources and post it in the Facebook group for your chance to win a 12-month free membership to the My Gut Friends Kids Club. Now, we'll draw that on Friday. You've got 2 days to complete, so jump on and check it out. See you later.